Hello, everybody. This is Card Guy Chris Ellis.
With Collectible Chris, and we are going to be discussing about our Week 9 overall stats, along with the award winners, Gold Glove recipients, and our predictions for the NLAL award winners, Rookie of the Week, Cy Young, MVP, as well as our Week 10 predictions. We're going to talk about the top 10 college football teams right now on our next episode, since we already have a lot to cover. So, Week 9, I won Week 9 with a record of 9-4. Dad was 7-6, so we were both above 500. Players of the Week. Who do you have as Player of the Week for this week?
Oh, I have Justin Fields for the Bears. He had a great game. Over 300 yards of total offense, even though they lost to the Dolphins. But that was a great game.
Yeah, Fields did not turn over the ball.
Nope.
At all. 178 rushing yards with 1 TD. He was 15-26 passing with 123 yards, but 3 passing touchdowns. So not typical numbers when you hear about 3 passing touchdowns, but I agree. Fields had a great game. I'm actually going with the Cincinnati player of Joe Mixon. He had over 200 scrimmage yards with 22 carries of 153 yards rushing with 4 TDs. 4 receptions with 58 yards receiving with 1 TD.
Then I'm going to go with my Rookie of the Week. I'm going with Walker for Seattle. He's just taking over, rookie running backs right now since Breece Hall got hurt for the Jets.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, my rookie and defense guy is the same, so you can go ahead and do your defense player.
I'm going to give it to Sauce Gardner. He had a great game, key interception in the fourth quarter against the Bills. They had him on Diggs early, and then they started moving him around more. So that was,
And, the Jets head coach, I like him since he was part of the coaching staff for San Fran, so he's doing well with Gardner. My rookie and defensive player of the week is the same. I'm going with Kirby Joseph from Detroit. He had a total of 10 tackles, 5 solo with 5 assisted, with 2 interceptions against Rodgers. I easily could have given it to Gardner or even Joshua Uche from the Patriots. But Kirby just showed out, and I think it showed that Detroit does have a defense, especially against a key opponent like the Packers. So I'm going with Kirby.
Okay.
Before we get into our award predictions from the final list, we can discuss about the Gold Glove recipients. We'll start off with the AL. Jose Trevino from the Yankees got the Gold Glove for catcher. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. got the Gold Glove for Toronto. A great year, like he always does. He learned from his dad. So, Andres Gimenez from the Guardians for second base. Highly agree with that. Ramon Urias got the Gold Glove for third baseman with the Orioles. Rookie, and congrats of him getting both the ALCS and World Series MVPs. Jeremy Pena, shortstop for the Astros, Gold Glove. Another rookie Gold Glove winner of Stephen Kwan for the Guardians. Third Guardians center fielder Miles Straw, also a rookie. Right field Gold Glove winner Kyle Tucker from the Astros. Pitcher Shane Bieber, Guardians. And utility man DJ LeMahieu with the Yankees with Gold Glove.
Yeah, the only one that I was shocked about probably was Baltimore.
Yeah, with Urias.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I thought Jose would get it over him, but he actually had 2 errors less than Jose, so I understood why. But someone from Baltimore got it, which I'm happy for. What shocks me is that 3 rookies got Gold Gloves. So
yeah, that is kind of unusual.
Yeah, it is. Especially one of them being World Series MVP, but he earned it with his 400-plus batting average.
Yep.
All right.
I voted for him for the MVP. So.
Oh, okay. National League catcher JT Real Muto for the Phillies. Highly agree. First base shocked me more than anything. Christian Walker from the Diamondbacks got the Gold Glove. Second base Brendan Rodgers from the Rockies. Third base, Nolan Arenado from the Cardinals. Congrats on him getting another Gold Glove. Shortstop, Dansby Swanson from the Braves, receiving his first one. Happy for him. Left fielder, once again, Ian Happ from the Cubbies. Center field, Trent Grisham from the Padres.
Mm.
Right field, Mookie Betts from the Dodgers. Pitcher, Max Fried with his back-to-back Gold Glove. And utility man, Brendan Donovan, once again, another rookie, again, a Gold Glove.
He played many places on the field.
Yeah,
Not a lot of shockers there. I think you could easily. Machado had a good year defending too. Riley had a good year. I mean, third baseman's going to be hard.
the biggest shock to me was Christian Walker. I thought Freeman did better defensively, but
Well, I thought Matt Olson might get it too.
True. First and third base is always harder with natural leaguers. It's always tougher. I agreed with Grisham because he had stellar defensive plays at the beginning of the year. So I agree with Grisham.
Grisham's world. What? Okay, so we're gonna talk about the awards.
AL and NL award predictions.
We don't agree with all the finalists, but
because like the biggest shock for me was NL MVP. I agree with the list. I just do not agree with who should be in the finals, production wise. If you're going defensively, sure, I'll agree with that. I'll agree with one guy being the producing, batting, offensive guy. That's why I'm choosing that guy as the NL MVP. Manager wise, I thought Dusty Baker should have been a finalist for the manager position, but it's all right. He won his first World Series, so we'll give it to him again. His first.
Yeah,
ring.
I think Ramirez definitely should have been on the AL finalist.
Yeah.
For MVP, even though he was probably not going to win it, I still think he deserved to be on the finalist vote. NL, I think Riley should definitely have been in the finalist vote. Yeah, I agree. The manager, he could have easily put Baker there, but I think some of the right people are definitely going to win the awards.
Oh yeah, I agree. There's not going to be a toss-up like there's been in at least 3 of the 5 years. So
Yeah. Let's go ahead and go with the MVPs.
all right, MVP. I think we agree with the AL. We both say Aaron Judge. He's been great the way he's been. So it's sorry, got a quick message from my brother-in-law.
Yeah, and the NL, I'm going with Machado because of him carrying with Tatis's antics and how they started out. I'm going with Machado.
I like Machado. I have no disrespect with that pick. I'm going with Paul Goldschmidt from the Cardinals.
Good pick.
He's been multiple runner-ups of MVP voting and also has been a finalist in his 12-year career. I think he finally deserves it, especially with the production with the Cardinals this year. So I'm going with Paul Goldschmidt with the NL MVP. Cy Young, I think we agreed on one. Justin Verlander, 1.75 ERA. You can't beat that. With the ERA, the strikeouts, and the World Series really helped him out as well. So I'm going with Verlander with Cy Young winner. And now I'm going with Julio Urias from the Dodgers.
Should have won it the year before.
Agreed, and he might not get it again just because of another pitcher. Even though the Ron Brave really got on the finalist, in my opinion. But you can't go wrong with any of the 3 guys, honestly. But if we want to look at ERA and strikeouts, Julio's the man.
I'm going with Max Fried on that one.
I still think Kyle Wright deserved it more than Fried, but
I agree. I thought Kyle Wright should be on there at least. How about your Rookie of the Years?
Rookie, I think we both agreed. Yep, we did. So both AL and NL, we both agreed. AL, I'm going with Julio Rodriguez. You cannot go wrong with his 2020 year, 25 home runs with 25 steals, with a 268 batting average, just unbelievable. Also did great in the outfield. In NL, we both got Spencer Strider, 11.05. Of course, he had that. He did break the most strikeouts in the single game for the Braves with 16 strikeouts. He was just a beast, and honestly, I will not be shocked if he becomes the next ace in the Braves organization. But I think we both,
Disagree on managers.
yeah, no, we highly disagree with manager, so I'll go ahead and let you begin on that one.
Okay, for manager of the year for the American League, I'm going with Terry Francona for Cleveland. Taking a team that was supposed to be absolutely nothing and taking them, to the playoffs. So, and if any manager can do it, it's Terry.
Oh yeah.
The NL, I would have gave it to Buck Showalter, but I hate that the collapse happened for him at the end.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it to Snicker just because.
Right.
So
I mean, can't go wrong with Snickers. So, manager, when you say something out, turning something out from nothing, I'm thinking of Orioles. So I'm going with Brandon Hyde.
That's a good one.
With the manager, like him bringing so many pieces, and also, honestly, the biggest shot was Trey Mancini going to Houston. But talks about Mancini coming back will be the biggest thing for the Orioles, in my opinion. So Brandon Hyde, manager for the AL. NL, even with the collapse, I'm still saying Buck because everyone thought that the Mets would not be where they were, and they still tied the division with the Braves. So I'm still giving it with Buck. If Snicker gets it again, I won't be upset. So,
all right, our all-team American League and National League. We didn't make a second or third team, so basically it's a first team all American League and National League. So,
all right. So, for catcher, we both agreed on both the AL and NL with Jose Trevino with the Yankees and Travis d'Arnaud with Atlanta. Just both had stellar years, and with the catcher position, you can't go wrong with d'Arnaud or Contreras. They both had great numbers, but when you think of all around playing time and also defensively, d'Arnaud just has a better percentage wise. First base, I think we agreed with one, but didn't agree with the other.
Yep. I went with Vladimir Guerrero first for Toronto, and then for the National League, I went with from the Mets. I went with Pete Alonso.
All right, NL, I agree with Pete. First base with AL, I actually went Jose Abreu. Jose, production got better. Could give him. We didn't say our comebacks.
They'll be all right.
Yeah, it'll be fine. But a potential comeback player nominee as well. But you can't go wrong with either one. Second base, I think we both agreed as well.
Bichette and Cronenworth.
Cronenworth, yeah. AL, Bo Bichette, great year. Honestly, best production-wise of that since his rookie year. And Drake Cronenworth, he did well. If Ozzie Albies did not get hurt, Albies would have been a shoe-in for second, especially with the stats coming across. Albies was projected to be 30-30.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Cronenworth nevertheless 17 home runs, RBI driven with the Padres. So, third base, I think we both disagreed as well. We disagreed on one. So,
yeah.
Jose Ramirez from Cleveland for the AL. NL, I stuck with Nolan Arenado. He did well this year, but the other pick, I cannot disagree with that either from Atlanta. So
yeah, Austin Riley is my pick for third. I think just overall had numbers that, and he should have easily been a finalist for the MVP. So,
all right, shortstop. We both disagree AL, but NL we agreed with Dansby Swanson from Atlanta. AL, I'm going with Marcus Semien of the Rangers. Driven a lot of runs for the Rangers. I had a good slugging percentage as well. I did wonderful with runners in scoring position.
I went with Xander Bogaerts from Boston. His numbers weren't usual, but he also did very well at the end of the year. So that's who I voted or put on there?
Left field. We agreed with AL, disagreed with the NL a little bit. AL, we both with Randy. How do you say his name?
Randy Alzarena.
From Tampa Bay. He's just a great improved player, one of the best ones, and is definitely now, in my opinion, the franchise of the Tampa Bay Rays. So honestly, see him doing more. NL, you went with someone from Philly.
Yeah, I went with Kyle Schwarber. Even though the batting average wasn't there, his home runs and RBIs, are always a must. So that's who I went there.
I'm going with the guy from the Giants. I'm going with Jock Peterson.
Good one.
Batting average increased tremendously. Walks increased tremendously. 25 home runs. He was above 80 on RBIs. So Schwarber got him on RBIs and home runs, but I think Jock had a better batting average. Way better batting average, but also better slugging and as well as on base percentage.
I mean, you can't go. Jock's a good player. I like Jock.
Center field, we both agreed AL, disagreed on the NL. AL, Mike Trout. Even though he didn't play the whole year, he still had the numbers to back up his potential MVP candidacy. Sadly, he got hurt again. NL, I went with Michael Harris. I'm sticking with at least one rookie in my NL team with his tremendous defense as well as production as a rookie. I'm going with Michael in NL.
Let's see. We're on. Of course, we got Trout, but I went with Starling Marte from New York. Had a good year. I mean, he, for that team, he did very well. So, not much to say on that one. Right field.
Right field, we both went with Judge. And the AL, I mean, again, the AL home run record from a previous Yankee again. But Judge, just being Judge. NL, I'm going with Mookie Betts from the Dodgers. You can't say nothing wrong about Mookie, just being who he is and just being the way he does from the Red Sox to the Dodgers. So, he deserves what he's owned. So,
I'm with right field. I'm going with Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't healthy the whole year, when he came back, pretty much the run.
Yeah.
For Philly pretty much happened. So I'm going to give it to Harper.
Right. DH? Who you got for DH?
I got Jordan Alvarez from Houston, and I got William Contreras from Atlanta.
Okay. When I think of DH, I think of true DH, as in stayed in the DH position and was less on the field. I'm going with Trey Mancini with Houston, and I'm also comparing both his numbers with Baltimore and Houston. Just wonderful numbers, split it down the middle. And I went with Bryce as DH for Philly. When he got hurt, he had to be in the DH position, and he played more as DH. So,
yep. I mean, Contreras played catcher and DH, but Darno split the time there too with him. So, why not?
Oh yeah, I like Contreras deserves some hype too.
Yeah.
So I believe that's
starting pitcher.
Starting pitcher. I'm went with Justin Verlander as the AL starting pitcher for me. Gotta be the Cy Young winner. That ERA, the strikeouts, overall the best pitcher in the AL.
I went with the guy I could have put at DH. I'm going with Shohei Ohtani from Anaheim, and I'm going with Kyle Wright from Atlanta.
I can say Kyle, but I'm also going to go with Sandy Alcantara. Just better control, especially with his breaks.
Yeah.
What got Kyle was his break pitches. The slider actually caused him to have the most home runs on the Braves staff. So.
Yep, I understand that.
Replacement pitcher. Who you got?
I'm going with Paul Sewald from Seattle and Tryon's with the Dodgers, right?
Yes.
And I'm going with Blake Tryon from LA. Both of them had really good stats as a reliever and a spot guy, so they both played really well. So what do you got?
I got Blake as well from the Dodgers for the AL. The AL, I actually am going with the Boston Red Sox. Boston was never notorious with replacement pitchers because they always gave a lot of home runs. But Garrett Whitlock actually stopped most of the runs before save opportunities. So Whitlock is my pick. Closing picture, I think we both agreed. No,
No.
actually, we disagreed because your NL was a little.
Yeah.
So AL, we both agreed on Emmanuel Classa from Cleveland, the one that has the most saves. He had a 2.24 ERA, and he had a good amount of strikeouts as well. NL,
I'm going with Hader from San Diego.
I can't go wrong with Hader. I just believe his beginning with Milwaukee though just hurt him more. So I'm going with Kenley Jensen with Atlanta as
That's not bad.
my closing pitcher. His ERA was not typical. He is a little older now, but at the same time, going from the Dodgers to Atlanta, his ERA in Atlanta was actually a .69.
Oh yeah. He
it-
did well.
So from Dodgers to Atlanta, I'm going with Kenley.
All right. We got picks. Let's see. Our overall records for picks as of right now is, which we're doing pretty good, I think.
Oh yeah.
You are 70, 63, and 1.
Yep.
And been on a nice little win streak. 3 weeks of winning in a row. I'm 75, 58, and 1. And so far I've been 500 and better every week but one. And that was our first week when we were 6, 8, and 1.
Yeah.
So let's see how we do on these.
All right. And before we start, I talked to one of my coworkers who is a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan. So he's a bona fide Eagles fan, and he is shocked about the year he's had. And he says that if there's going to be a loss, it's either going to be a team that is under 500 or a divisional game. And he's not choosing the Giants. If anyone's got to beat them, it's got to be the Dallas Cowboys. So I agree with him.
It's going to be in Dallas. So it's
Yep.
I mean, the only other game I see them might lose is if they don't lose to Dallas is the Giants game, and they could easily, if you know.
I just don't see the Commanders doing it.
No, I don't see the Commanders. I don't see the other games they have.
Oh yeah.
Opponents that they have
Yeah.
doing it.
If they faced a better AFC division, like if they went against the AFC East, I would say them against Miami. But that ain't happening.
Yeah.
But week 10, Thursday night, Falcons versus Panthers.
I think the Panthers are going to get this one. They shouldn't have lost the last one, so I think that's why they're going to be pissed off for this one.
PJ's doing great. I like PJ. I just think the Falcons are a little bit more consistent. So
I mean, I think Mariota's having.
Mariota's having a comeback year, so I'm happy for him. Seahawks versus Bucks.
Ooh, well, Brady just coming off a game where he threw for got the thing marked for over 100,000 yards, and I'm gonna go with the Seahawks on this one. I just like the ball control, and I think Gino's playing out of his mind. So
And also, Gino has less stress with a rookie running back. So I'm going with the Seahawks just because I think the Seahawks defense is better and they have a very productive offense. Lions versus Bears.
I'm going Bears.
If you're going with Bears in Chicago,
Yeah.
believe it or not, with the hype, I'm actually going with the Lions. Again, their
I
third
just
win.
think if they let Fields do what he did last week, it just gives him an extra dimension.
Right.
So
But the fact that Detroit stopped Aaron Jones and also stopped Rodgers.
yeah,
So I'm giving it to Detroit just because of that.
No.
I hope Detroit gets their third win. I'm going a little bit out of left field. So,
yep.
and why did I do that? My bad. All right, Browns versus Dolphins.
Dolphins.
I'm going with the Dolphins as well. I just think the Dolphins are a better overall team. Broncos versus Titans.
I like what the Titans did against the Chiefs. They should have won that game.
I agree.
And let's see, they're playing who again? They're playing the Broncos.
Yep.
Yeah,
And Tennessee.
yeah. Go with Tennessee. Go with Derrick Henry on that one.
You said it, Derrick Henry. This next game, it depends on the starting quarterback for me. Vikings versus Bills.
I'm going Bills as of right now because I'm still thinking, even though if he's not even 100%, the Bills defense will figure it out.
Okay. Allen plays Bills. Allen doesn't play Vikings. by 3.
Oh yeah, Vikings will win if Allen don't play.
Yeah. Again, it's gonna be if Allen's playing, I'm choosing Bills regardless. So Texans versus Giants.
Damian Pierce had a great game with the Texans last weekend, but I like how the Giants are playing football. It's more of a controlled, balanced attack.
Oh yeah.
So let's go with Giants on that one.
All right. I went with Giants too, just because of what you said. So I agree. The next game, Jaguars versus Chiefs.
I'm going Chiefs.
Believe it or not, I'm going with the underdog in this one. I'm going with Jaguars.
Wow.
I'm going with the Jaguars just because I think they have stepped up, and with big competitive teams, they've actually have showed more. If someone's got to surprise the Chiefs this year, it'll be the Jags. So I'm going with Jaguars on that. Saints versus Steelers.
I'm going Steelers in this one.
I'm going with Saints because Saints always flip-flop for some reason. They didn't have a bad game against Baltimore, and Andy will fix it after reviewing film, so I'm going with Saints. Colts versus Raiders.
Going Colts. I think Jeff Saturday might give him a little spark.
I agree with that. And before I made the pick last night and knowing he became coach, I'm still going with the Raiders just because they need this win.
Oh, they do need a win.
Yeah. Cardinals versus Rams.
I'm going Cardinals.
I'm going with the Rams just because the Rams have beaten the Cardinals like how the Niners beat the Rams. So, I'm going Rams on that one. Cowboys versus Packers.
Go Cowboys.
I'm actually afraid of this game. I'm still going with Cowboys, but I'm afraid due to the fact that Rodgers has lost 5 straight.
Yeah.
So, and that
watch
was
him
in
have
Lambeau.
watch him have like 500 yards passing.
Yeah. Chargers versus Niners.
Going Niners.
I'm going with Niners too. And ironically, when I said it earlier, Commanders versus Eagles in Philly on Monday Night Football.
Eagles.
I'm going with Eagles too. I just cannot, even though Hinkie is back as starting quarterback right now, I just cannot see him beating against that Eagles defense. That Eagles defense is just insane right now.
Yeah.
So.
All right. You got anything?
No, I already did my congratulations to Jeremy Pena being the first rookie to be World Series MVP. So, and I did the shout out to my coworker Tim for being an Eagles fan, and all Eagles fans, y'all deserve this season for real. So I'm happy for y'all. But no shout outs from this week from me.
All right, everybody. This is Card Guy Chris Ellis on Facebook and
Collectible Chris on TikTok. I appreciate y'all.
And thank you everybody that's been subscribed and watching. And we'll be talking to you later. Goodbye.